Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live, and this is the political room in Kenya and around the world. My name is Moses Otieno, and these are just some of the headlines that are within the country. One of the headlines is Mama Ida thanks Kenyans and calls for unity in ODM. So Mama Haida has once again called for unity in ODM, among other issues. So that is what I want to start with. Mama Ida calls for unity within ODM and thanks Kenyans. And when was today? Today is 7th, of course. When is today? Today is 7th of January. And Raila Odinga's birthday is actually 7th January. So Mama Ida has thanked Kenyans, many people who have stood with the Odinga family, the Raila family, in giving Raila Odinga a befitting send-off. I think that is also there. So this is what Mama Ida said. This is what Mama Ida said. This is what Mama Ida said, that she thanks Kenyans. And so something unique happened. Something unique happened today during that particular celebration or commemoration. Mama Ida has left tongues wagging after hugging Senator Edwin Sifuna. So during a gathering at the Odinga family home in Karen on Wednesday today, a poignant moment of quiet symbolism took center stage as political leaders came together to commemorate what could have been Raila Odinga's 81st birthday. Okay, despite his passing, the atmosphere at the residence was one of celebration, with the supporters choosing to honor his legacy, principles, and enduring impact on Kenya's political landscape. In a video that has now gained significant attention, Mama Ida is seen welcoming arrival leaders to the Karen home. She exchanged polite handshakes with several lawmakers, including Lang'ata MP Jalango Makadara Jujaladwa and Kasarani MP Donald Krauri. However, when Sifuna approached her, the exchange shifted. Mama Haida embraced the senator warmly, holding him in a moment that seemed intentional and reassuring. So Mama Ida Odinga hugged Edwin Sifuna before Aladwa, before Lang'ata MP Krauri, before many ODM leaders who are present at their home in Karen to commemorate. This could have been 81st or 80+1 birthday of Raila Amolo Odinga if he were alive. Okay, so that is also something that is shaking the political scenes or waves in Kenya. Another issue is this: State House gears up. Ruto gets final KCSE result briefing. Ruto gets final KCSE 2025 briefing ahead of Thursday's release. That is something that is also there, and that is something that is also there. I will not wreck ODM. It will not be me to wreck ODM, Sifuna declares. It will not be me to wreck ODM. Yesterday, what did I tell you? I told you that any statement Sifuna makes on behalf of ODM has the blessings of Dr. Oburu Odinga. That is what I told you. Today, as the Odinga family and Kenyans commemorate Raila Odinga, Haida Odinga, in a video that has widely circulated, Haida Odinga hugged Edwin Sifuna. Before Kenyans, before party members, before everybody, we all could see in that video Haida Odinga hugging Edwin Sifuna. Earlier on today, Sifuna met with Dr. Oburu Odinga. And after meeting with Dr. Oburu Odinga, they had a tete-a-tete conversation. And Sifuna took to his social media account X, and Oburu also took to his social media page X, and they said they had a warm moment all together. So I don't think, yes, Jen, I can see you. Ian, sorry. All of us, I don't think, if you ask me, I don't think that Edwin Sifuna is going to leave ODM soon. Edwin Sifuna is not leaving ODM. Edwin Sifuna is intact in ODM. And there is nothing like Edwin Sifuna leaving ODM party. According to what we have seen today. So Edwin Sifuna is not leaving ODM anytime soon. He's not leaving ODM. And whatever Sifuna has been saying, I keep on insisting, is the official position of party leader Dr. Oburu Odinga. And something also which caught my attention was this. It seems Haida Odinga is the one which has the keys of ODM, the ownership keys. Haida Odinga is controlling ODM from within. Because if Sifuna wants to wreck ODM, we could not have seen Haida Odinga hugging him. Why did Haida Odinga hug Edwin Sifuna if Sifuna is wrecking ODM from within? That is number one. Number two, why the hug? Why hug a betrayer? So Sifuna on Sunday went and met Rigathi Gachagua for the first time. Second time almost. Second time. Edwin Sifuna met with Rigathi Gachagua at a function. And there, Edwin Sifuna maintained that nobody can kick him out of ODM. And today we have seen it during the commemoration service of Raila Amolo Odinga. Today was Raila's birthday. Okay? Without much ado, let me say this. ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna has issued an insurance that he will not be the person responsible for dividing ODM. This is what Sifuna said. As I said at Mzee's burial, it will not be me to wreck the ODM party. It will not be Sifuna. I made the promise to Mzee, and I want to repeat it here. I want to tell you, there is no one in ODM. It doesn't matter how many times or how badly you have insulted me. There is no one in ODM I will not sit down with. You have asked us to sit and talk. I am very prepared. It doesn't matter what has happened between us. I am going to extend that olive branch, he said. On her part, Mama Haida Odinga reflected on Raila's affection for ODM, describing the party as one of his great loves. She explained that Raila's leadership of ODM was grounded in continuous consultation and deference to the will of the people. So Sifuna said that he is not the one. He will not be the one to wreck ODM the way we had him at the funeral of Raila Amolo Odinga. So that is Edwin Sifuna for you. What else was noticed? The event was supposed to be held at the coast, the birthday celebration. Joho had prepared that particular celebration, commemoration celebration at the coast, and how the Odingas, the Raila family, thwarted that kind of plan still remains scanty. I think Edwin Sifuna is safe right now in ODM. Edwin Sifuna is safe. After meeting Uburu, after the hug from Ida Odinga, and after many scenarios, including the withdrawal of a motion to kick him out by Eddie Oketch, the senator for Migori. The then game MP Jacob Midiwo had once talked about darkness in case Raila will not be there around 2022. Back to 2022. I want to play that. That in case Raila would not be there. He was speaking in Kisumu before, before ODM members and Luos. And he was saying that if Raila dies, or in absence of Raila, the Luo community shall see darkness. Because with the ongoing confusion, with the ongoing blame game in the Orange Democratic Movement, surely it seems it is the moment of darkness has begun. This was Jacob Midiwo by then. Thank you for coming back. Thank you. Welcome. Praise the Lord. So Jacob Midiwo uttered those statements when Raila was alive. Back, I think 2021, 2020, back then. The then game MP Jacob Midiwo. And he said that in absence of Raila Odinga, the Luo community shall see darkness. Let me play it again. The last has not been seen. Gimoro biro mbele ka. To uni joluo, nyaka ung'e ni Raila onge to nyaka une mudho. Awacho koso kawachi. Raila onge nyaka une ang'o? Kata mana joma koro sani weni koro giwinjo maber magiyanye jakomgi. Nyaka gine mudho very soon again. Kamano. What must happen? All of us. Nyaka wabedi bwalem wang'eni mbele ka mudho nyalo neno Raila onge. Sae madigwedho. That was Jacob Midiwo, the then game member of parliament, that in absence of Raila Odinga, the Luo nation will see darkness. Muso leaders. And we've seen leaders within ODM blaming each other. Blame game left, right, and center. And so, I think the party leadership must do something to ensure that it becomes easier for the party to move on. Let me focus on another story. Of course, I'll come back to the story, that story of ODM. All right. Let's see another story. Let us go through another story. And this is the next story. This is what Robert Elias posted on his social media platform. Oburu Odinga will destroy ODM with such moves. You can't over-tolerate. And Oburu Odinga had met, this is what Oburu Odinga had indicated in his social media page. I met with my friend Senator Edwin Sifuna, the Secretary General of the ODM party. He remains a sober and principled voice, embodying the democratic ideals we believe in as a party. We are one. We are united as the ODM party. As a leader, I believe we must encourage everyone to speak their mind. Differences of opinion do not mean division. That is Oburu Odinga today. And Robert Elias is now saying that Sifuna's moves or Oburu's moves will destroy ODM. That is according to Robert Alai. By the way, Alai is becoming too mouthy, because ODM has its owners. ODM iko na wenyewe. Okay. We still concentrate on the hug. Ida Odinga hugs Sifuna, greets other leaders with handshakes. Other leaders were greeted with handshakes, but Ida Odinga hugged Edwin Sifuna. Very significant. That hug is very significant politically speaking. That hug from Ida Odinga to Sifuna confirms that Sifuna speaks on behalf of the ODM party. Confirms that Sifuna, the position that Sifuna has taken, is the position that the party leader of ODM has also taken. I am back. Thank you so much, my brother, for getting back. By the way, my name is Moses Otieno, and thank you so much for watching, choosing this particular YouTube channel, because without you, this channel cannot be where it is. Allow me to proceed with other stories. Allow me to proceed with other stories. Allow me to proceed with other stories. This is what Ruth, Raila's sister. Nataka tuangalie haya yote. Ruth Odinga, what is she saying about today's event and even, of course, the politics of ODM? Edwin Sifuna was equally Raila's son and used to talk to him. So no one should claim to have been closer to Raila than everyone else. Okay? So that is also something that is there. Now, I don't know what will people like Okech Salah say after smearing the name of Edwin Sifuna. People who have smeared the name of Edwin Sifuna, what will they say? What will Okech Salah say? What will Opondo Kaloma say? What will other people who are opposed to Edwin Sifuna, UNET? What is the room temperature of UNET politically? Okay, Let me look at another story here. I'm just getting this right now, that Edwin Sifuna was not to attend today's commemoration birthday party of Raila Odinga, but Ida Odinga called him. So they never invited Edwin Sifuna in today's event, but Ida Odinga told them off and called Omwami Edwin Sifuna. So who are the losers in all this? In all these squabbles of ODM, who are the losers? Number one is Robert Alai. The losers of today's event, as far as Edwin Sifuna arguing Ida Odinga is concerned, who are the losers? Junet, Robert Alai, among other people who have been opposed to Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna met Oburu. Edwin Sifuna has now met Ida Odinga. And I think that is a very heavy political message. I think that is also something that is trending. Let me look at other stories. Let me look at other stories. But who is Ida Odinga in ODM? Ida Odinga is a very powerful personality in ODM. Ida Odinga is the owner of ODM. ODM party belongs to Raila. When Raila is not there, Raila's wife is there. That is Ida Odinga. Ida Odinga commands respect, not only in Kenya, but in Luo Nation. Ida Odinga commands respect. So Ida Odinga is the owner of ODM. ODM belongs to Raila, and Raila is not there. The wife of Raila also too, as I say. Look at the attention Ida was given. Look at the arrangements. Look at the body language of the people who attended the 80+1 birthday commemoration of Raila Odinga. It confirmed that decisions must be finalized through Ida Odinga. The other time Oburu Odinga attempted to align himself with William Ruto, Ida Odinga pulled Babu Owino card, went and told Winnie, her daughter, to include Babu Owino in her speeches. The other time Oburu akajaribu tu kuwa karibu na Ruto. What did Ida tell Winnie? Go and recognize Babu Owino before people. And Winnie went and recognized Babu Owino. And Oburu had to retreat. So Ida Odinga finalizes decisions within the ODM party. That is a fact. From what all of us could see, from what today's event has displayed, Ida Odinga is very powerful in ODM, my dear brother. I think I've responded to your question. Let us go to another story. This is it. The mother of the party speaks. Ida Odinga demands internal dialogue over public grievances. Mama Ida Odinga has called on senior officials within the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, to resolve their internal conflicts through dialogue to preserve the legacy of her late husband, Raila Amolo Odinga. Speaking in Nairobi during a ceremony to commemorate what would have been the former Prime Minister's 81st birthday, Ida urged party leaders to set aside recent public disagreements and spats and focus on the party's unity. Okay? So that one, all of this proves that Ida Odinga, is very powerful. My dear friend GZA, on Raila's birthday, she has standing, but within ODM, she shouldn't have a say. That is not true. She has a say in ODM. She has a say in Odinga's family, Jaramogi Odinga family. She has a say in ODM. Ida Odinga is a hard nut to crack in ODM. You joke with Ida Odinga, you are fired in whichever position you are in ODM. Right? There were times when Raila Odinga was alive, for you to get a ticket, you had to see Ida Odinga. On another story, this is Senator Medu telling one of Ruto's ally, you can't take our microphone to praise Ruto. This happened today. So a tense political standoff unlocked during a burial ceremony attended by the opposition leaders after Nyandarua Senator John Medu forcefully stopped allies of President William Ruto from addressing mourners, accusing them of attempting to turn the solemn event into a political platform to praise the head of state. The incident, captured on a video and widely shared on social media, okay, and widely shared on social media, has reignited a debate over respect, political boundaries, and the shrinking space for position expression in public forums. I think Rigathi Gachagua has completely locked out William Ruto out of Mount Kenya. I think Rigathi Gachagua has completely locked out William Samoei Ruto out of Mount Kenya. These DCP people are complete fools. What? Okay. Why are you saying DCP people are complete fools? I think that's according to what I think. Because even in last year demonstrations, Mount Kenya youths who were chanting one term and Ruto must go protests were widely in central Kenya. Nowadays, and an example is the by-election that was just concluded. The government used a lot of money. They couldn't match Gachagua's spirited campaign. So I just think that should elections be held today, William Ruto will not get 20% of votes in Mount Kenya. Should elections be held today, William Samoei Ruto will not get 20% of votes in Mount Kenya. He will not get 20% of votes in Mount Kenya. Ruto will not. Based on how Rigathi Gachagua has held the mountain very closely to him. To an extent that if William Ruto's allies share a political moment with Rigathi's team, they are booed. They are heckled very badly. And I don't think William Samoei Ruto can get votes exceeding 20% in Mount Kenya. That is why Gachagua is now calling on the United Opposition, extending even an olive branch to Oburu Odinga to come and join them, so that they can defeat William Ruto. Because let's not lie, but Gachagua is a huge fool. No, that is according to you. Disclaimer, that's according to you. I don't think Gachagua is a fool, because Gachagua was a DO. From DO, Gachagua rose to the ranks to becoming PA of Uhuru Kenyatta. From PA of Uhuru Kenyatta, Gachagua became a member of parliament for Madeira. From becoming a member of parliament for Madeira, Gachagua became the deputy president. From becoming the deputy president, Gachagua was impeached. From getting impeached, Gachagua formed DCP party. From forming DCP party, instead of Gachagua's political ambition dying a natural death, the political ambition of Gachagua rose, and as we speak, Gachagua last year won several seats, including one in Kakamega, in a by-election. So Gachagua is not a fool. Gachagua is a political wizard. Gachagua is shrewd. Gachagua is a very tactical politician. As we speak, Gachagua is one of the most vocal politicians in the country. You can't say Gachagua is a fool. You can't compare Gachagua to Kindiki. Gachagua rose from partyless to DCP. Gachagua won several seats in the just by-elections which were concluded last year. Gachagua is not a fool. Gachagua is a political genius. As we speak, the opposition revolves around Rigathi Gachagua. There is no opposition except Gachagua. Gachagua is the opposition. By the way, under the united opposition, it is Rigathi Gachagua who is the opposition, followed by Kalonzo Musyoka. Right now, Gachagua is the one who is now telling the country what are the mega scandals in government, who are the incompetent public servants in government. Rigathi Gachagua is actually one such powerful politician in the country. If Rigathi Gachagua were not strong or was not strong, I don't think if someone is impeached, that person can still go around and convince people and form a party. Gachagua formed a political party, a powerful political party, which is now called DCP. Yet he is impeached, still commanding the lead. So Rigathi Gachagua, according to me, is a very strong leader. Did you hear Gachagua complain about children from other areas going to Mangu and Alliance should not be allowed? I think the community where those schools are, the children from those communities must also be given priorities. Because what happens, you might find that there are no priorities for the children who are living around or staying around or coming from within Mangu, within Alliance, other places. So that one does not qualify Gachagua to be a fool. That one alone does not qualify Gachagua to be a fool. But in that statement, every statement from politics are meant to achieve particular purposes. But on that one, I think his handlers did not advise him correctly. He ought not to have said that, he ought not to have complained why other students or children from other regions of Kenya are being admitted to Alliance, to Mangu, and other schools within Mount Kenya. He erred big time. That one was a mistake, I admit. But despite that, Gachagua is a very popular leader. And I think Gachagua can even determine the 2027 presidential election. Gachagua can determine. Gachagua supported Ruto single-handedly Gachagua campaigned for Ruto across the country. It is Rigathi Gachagua who is alleged to have funded the Gen Zs in the year 2024 during the demonstration for finance bill by the Gen Zs. It is Gachagua who stood on his ground and asked the Gen Zs who are demonstrating, we have heard you. We have heard you. My children, I have heard you. That was Gachagua. So Gachagua is a very shrewd and strong politician. And I don't think if William Ruto attends a gathering and Gachagua is present, I don't think the people of Mount Kenya will allow William Ruto to speak when Gachagua is there. By the way, Gachagua was impeached, one person, but the other Mount Kenya leaders who Ruto appointed in the government are not recognized except Gachagua. When Ruto betrayed Gachagua, the whole of Mount Kenya felt betrayed. That is the person we are saying is a fool. He's not a fool. He's not a fool. When Ruto impeached Gachagua, Gachagua said, we have been betrayed as a people. The whole of Mount Kenya, because Gachagua was impeached, felt they were betrayed. And so, Rigathi Gachagua is a very strong politician, shrewd politician, tactical politician, and I think Gachagua is a great leader. Let me just play this clip from Gachagua. Let me play this clip from Gachagua. So don't say Gachagua is a fool. So today is Baba Raila Amolo Odinga's. Gachagua is not a fool. Let me play this clip of Rigathi Gachagua, Gachagua, Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, nilikuwa nimemaliza. Kweli ama uongo? Mimi nilikaa na William Ruto. Nikamwambia mimi kwa sababu hii watu wetu wa mlima walikuchagua. Naona wamelemewa na pombe. Nikubalie nipigane na hii pombe. Akasema endelea. Nikaweka mikakati, nataka ni shukuru County Assembly ya Nyandarua. They were the first to harmonize the laws. Tukafunga factory zote zilikuwa zinaleta poison. Tukaregulate drinking hours. We dealt with illicit alcohol at source. Hakuna haja ya kwenda kungojea pombe kwa barabara. Unaenda factory pahali inatengenezewa unafunga. When William Ruto aliona tumefaulu, watoto wameanza kuzaliwa, vijana wamerudi kwa boma, keje ko shema nyana atinya mena kivura na ukamanya kwega kati guo ugiye ko kaigwa nge maudu maitu magekata mundu tore ya kutuire muno. That was Rigathi Gachagua fighting for his community Mount Kenya. Let me play another clip of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua, take it from me, Rigathi Gachagua is a fool. Rigathi is not a fool. This is Rigathi Gachagua.
Sasa mimi nikimwambia mambo ya Meru, akasema mimi ni mkabila. Akaita hii wabunge wenu wa Meru, akawadanganya. Mimi nashindwa kufanya kazi Meru kwa sababu ya Rigiji. Nisaidieni kumfukuza ndio kazi ifanyike. Tangu nitoke kuna kazi imefanywa hapa? Ni wajinga si wajinga? Sasa shitaka moja nilipigiwa pale Senate. Ati ile makosa nilifanya pale Senate. Na wabunge wenu wameunga mkono. Senator Kahuri amesema ndio. Ati makosa ya Rigathi Gachagua ni kununua shamba Meru. Si mimi ni mtoto ya mama? Sasa mimi nikinunua shamba Meru nirudi nyumbani nikuwe karibu na watu wetu, iko makosa? Sasa huyu senator wenu, hao wabunge wenu wanaweza enda aje kufukuza Rigathi Gachagua ati amenunua shamba Meru? Ni ujinga si ujinga? Sasa mimi kama ningekuwa na shamba Meru na nimejenga na niko naibu wa rais, si ningekuwa karibu na nyinyi? Mbona hawa wanasikia vibaya nikiwa nyumbani? Sasa mimi niseme hiyo shamba yangu ninunua, nitajenga, mtakuwa mkija kuniona hapa. Ndio. Si ndio? Kasongo na watu yake wameza wembe. Sasa mimi nikimwambia mambo ya Meru.
So that is Rigathi Gachagua. One, Rigathi Gachagua as a personal appeal is well versed with the needs of Mount Kenya people. And I think that is what is making Rigathi Gachagua very extraordinary. Let me get this where he attacks William Ruto politically.
Sisi hatuna shida na mtu yeyote. Mimi nimeongea juzi ya kwamba iko mall iko Eastleigh ambaye ndio inatumika kuleta mchele kuangamiza wakulima Mwea. Nimeona wajumbe wamekutana kusema ati mimi nimeingilia hiyo mall. Mimi sikutaja jina yake, sikuwa naijua, wenyewe ndio wanataja. Sikujua wenyewe ndio wanataja. Sikujua ametoka jamii gani, wenyewe ndio wanataja. The cute are afraid. Sisi tuna shida na jamii ya Wasomali. Mtu mmoja akiiba, the community of Somali is innocent. You leaders from the Somali community don't profile your community. Unaingiza community kwa shida ya mtu mmoja kwa nini? I have tremendous respect for the Somali community. These are honorable people, very serious and honest businessmen. Lakini wanasiasa wanataka shida ya mfanyabiashara moja kwa sababu wanachukua pesa kwake waingize kwa issue ya community. I don't think even the Americans have any problem with the community of the Somali people. But if you have one or two people wako na shida, don't drag the community into a personal problem ya mfanyabiashara. Sisi hatuna shida na mtu yeyote.
So that is Rigathi Gachagua. Honestly speaking, Gachagua is hard nut to crack too for William Ruto. And Gachagua might send William Ruto home. Gachagua might send William Ruto home. If Gachagua succeeds to bring together ODM, if Gachagua succeeds to bring together ODM and Kalonzo and Natembeya and Martha Karua and the rest, be rest assured, Gachagua might send William Ruto home. If he convince Oburu, if he gets Oburu, gets Kalonzo, gets Matiang'i, gets Uhuru Kenyatta, all these forces, they unite, Gachagua might take William Samoei Ruto home right away. So that is something that must be looked into. So my brother, don't say that Gachagua is a fool. Gachagua is no fool. Gachagua is a very wise leader, and I think we need such strengths in making sure that politics becomes sweet and sweet. By the way, where is Farouk Kibet? Of late, we've not seen Farouk Kibet going viral the way he used to. Where is Farouk Kibet? Farouk Kibet, in the last by-election that we had last year, was even campaigning for a UDA candidate. But of late, Farouk Kibet is missing in public spotlight. Where is Farouk Kibet? Where is Farouk Kibet? Where is Farouk Kibet? So this is another story that we want to look at. Let me look at another story. Another story that is also making headlines. Before we go to the issue of Babu Owino, this is again Rigathi Gachagua speaking on the so-called Singapore, Kenya being like Singapore. This is how he mocked William Ruto.
Acha tufanye practice. Nego. Nemo kwa meleko. Watu wa Kipipiri, unajua mimi William Ruto niliahidi nyinyi mambo mingi sana hapa Kipipiri na Nyandarua. Nikaambia nitaweka nyinyi pesa kwa mfuko lakini bado. Nikasema nitajenga barabara bado. Nikasema mambo ya viazi nitatengeneza bado. Lakini nimeketi chini nimepanga vizuri sana. Hiyo maneno yote nilitaka kufanya, niko na mpango mpya ya kubadilisha Nyandarua na Kipipiri iwe Singapore. Wakirubo kotoyo kutakawe no kutakaga. Kuja hapa wakirumba. Wewe kutakaga ni aro ya kutaka madara kaya. Yana microphone hapa matia wakiruba. Oyo ile ndo alikuwa
So Rigathi Gachagua is very powerful, very powerful. Rigathi Gachagua is very powerful, very powerful. All right. So that's just another story that we have followed closely. This is Nuru Okanga, Raila's diehard supporter, speaking on ODM war, the wars in ODM. Let's take a look. Let's listen in to Nuru Okanga's statements, because Nuru Okanga, remember, is one of the diehards of Raila Odinga, one of the diehards of ODM. You could see them in every ODM demonstration, ODM nationwide demonstration. You could see the figures such as Nuru Okanga. Let's listen in to what he has to say pertaining to war on ODM.
Hata kuna shule huko mahali wewe ni mbunge huko. Thank you very much. Naitwa Nuru Okanga. Nimeona kwa ODM kuna mlipuko sana. Kila mtu anavuta kamba. But mimi niko hapa kuongelea mambo ya Junet. Nataka niambie watu wa ODM. Sasa Junet akiamuka Sifuna. Nataka niambie Junet, kama kuna watu more corruption kwa hii government ya Ruto ni wewe. Kama kuna watu wameluti pesa hata wakati wa Uhuru wakie MP ni wewe. Umekwamilia kwa Ruto ukisema tutam. Ndio Ruto, unajua Ruto ukishatoka kwa Ruto faili yake inafunguliwa. Hata kuna shule huko mahali wewe ni mbunge huko. Kuna shule ulijenga ukaweka simiti kidogo na shule zikaanguka chini. Kuna barabara zina loot. Wewe unashinda ukiluti pesa ukiimba tutam. Nataka niambie Junet, mimi Nuru Okanga. Na unajua mimi urafiki na kazi ni vitu mbili tofauti. Hiyo unajua. Na hiyo msimamo dimenieka mahali niko sahihi. Nataka niambie Junet, wewe unashinda ukisukuma Sifuna ili atoke uuze chama ya ODM. Nataka nikuambie kama mtafukuza Junet, mkifukuza Sifuna, hiyo chama itabaki na Oburu, wewe na Gladys Wanga. Watu watatu. Tuone hiyo chama mtaipeleka wapi? Mtauzia Ruto chama iko na watu watatu. Ati kwa sababu nyinyi ni mamoli ya ODM. Junet ni moli ya ODM. Mambo ya 2022 election. Junet watu wakilipwa pesa ya returning officer. Junet ulikula pesa 4 billion. Uliuma ikaingia kwa mfuko. Kuna nyumba ingine hapa Nairobi. Ulinyang'anya mama yatima. Mama yatima mwenye ana bwana ukamnyang'anya. Sasa saa hii umejificha kwa Ruto. Unasema Ruto tutam. Ati baba alituacha hapo. Baba aliwacha wewe hapo kwa sababu wewe ni mwizi. Na wewe ndio ulichangia Raila Odinga kukosa kuwa president. Na hiyo ndio ukweli ya mambo. Hii mambo mnaenda left right center ati mnabembeleza watu ati kwa sababu kuna watu wengine wanabaia watu chai sijui nini. Hiyo mimi kama Nuru Okanga never. Junet. Mimi najua huyu Junet. Junet Mohamed mwenye najua Junet Mohamed mmoja. Junet, ukiachana na Ruto saa hii ukianza kuimba tutam utafungwa maisha. Na mimi najua Junet mali zako zote umepeleka kule Somalia. Hapa Kenya mimi najua Junet akimaliza ubunge anaenda Somalia, anakimbia. Kwa sababu ile pesa ameiba ni mingi. So mimi nataka niambie Junet, zile vitu unafanya ati wewe unakuwa moli ya ODM kwa ODM. Ati unadanganya Ruto, ati tufukuze Sifuna. Ndio kwani wewe Ruto atanunua chama ya watu watatu? Oburu tayari ni mzee. Hata mlifanya blanda kupea Oburu party leader. Hii party leader ilikuwa inataka vijana wale chipukizi. Mlifanya blanda mkaongezea Oburu pressure. Sasa hii pressure yote Oburu hata control aje na Junet ndiye anachangia hii pressure. Nataka niambie huyu mwizi wa Suna East. Junet, a thief is a thief. Ulikula pesa ya agent na hiyo kitu inaniumizanga nikifikiria mambo ya Junet. Inaniumiza sana. Wewe ulikula pesa ya agent. Raila Odinga angekuwa president. Lakini kwa sababu alichukua Junet, akachukua Ali Hassan Joho, wasimamie watu walipwe pesa, mkakula. Nyinyi mlijitakia matumbo zenu. Hamkutakia Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga amekufa. Tunataka kuona hiyo Suna East kama Ruto ataenda kuvutie. Tunataka tuone hii kura ambayo inakuja. Kweli kama Ruto ataenda Suna East akupigie kampeni na urudi kwa bunge. Number 2 ama ya mwisho, haufai kuwa minority leader kwa bunge. Haufai kuwa minority leader. You are the more corrupt. You are the more a thief. And a thief is a thief. Kwa kizungu, a thief is a thief. Corrupt, wewe ni mwizi, Junet Mohamed. Na nimeongea. Mimi najua mtaanza kunitafuta, kunitishia, but mnajua mimi si mtu wa kutishika. Hiyo ndio kitu mnajua. Na hiyo kitu ndio hata wabunge wa ODM wote wanajua. Hata kama wakati baba alikuanga, baba alikuwa anawaambia kwa mkutano, huyu kijana si kijana wa kutishia. So Junet, luti pesa ukijua ile serikali tutaingia, jitukoshua tutaingia. Wewe ndio utakuwa kwanza kulala ndani. Thank you very much. God bless Junet na unyongwe.
Hey, that is Nuru Okanga. Nuru Maloba Okanga.
Ufai kukaa hii Kenya wewe.
That is Nuru Maloba Okanga.
Thank you very much. Mimi naitwa Nuru Okanga.
That is Nuru Maloba Okanga warning Junet Mohamed. Reacting. Nuru Okanga is one of the people, I think is one of the activists who has many court cases. And anytime he speaks, people listen. He's also a diehard supporter of Raila Odinga. So Nuru Okanga, for that matter, has now attacked Junet politically and has faced Junet head on. I think the wrangles within ODM party cannot be solved by kicking others out, because it will be spontaneous. It will be amorphous. It will be amorphous. It will not be business as usual. I think to a large extent, I think to a large extent, now there is this thing that ODM leaders such as Junet keep on saying, that Raila left them in government. Raila told them to have to support William Ruto until beyond 2032. Raila told them blah blah blah. But there is this statement that Raila Odinga made in public. Let me play it.
Was told you, you have not passed any resolution as a party to say how we're going to go into the election of 2027. So wherever you are, don't commit the party to some things which have not been discussed. In times like this, it is possible to be lost in competing campaigns or populism and forget that leading means making decisions that may sometimes invite booing instead of cheers.
Issue on politics, refer to Baba's speech. Issue on broad-based government, refer to Baba's speech. If you are in doubt, refer to Baba's speech. And if you want to know more, refer to Baba's speech.
So that was then. Junet had even said that issues of broad-based refers to government speech. Who has told you that ODM is going to merge with UDA for 2027? So there are all indications. Suggesting that indeed, ODM party must field a presidential candidate in 2027. ODM candidate must and should field a presidential candidate in 2027. All right. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this. As we still focus on Raila's birthday, there was a time Raila sang to Kenyans in diaspora, Kenyans who are living in other countries. There's a time Raila Odinga sang for the diasporians when he went to visit Kenyans who are in other parts of the world. This is Raila singing for Kenyans in the diaspora. So that was Raila Odinga by then singing for diasporians. I think that is it. Another issue that is now coming. Still the same issues that are now trending. Let's get a speech from Edwin Sifuna. This is what Sifuna said. I know they fear discussing the truth with me. I am willing to sit down with anybody in ODM. This is Edwin Sifuna. Let's listen into this kindly.
I have given you my excuse why I have not come back to camp. We need to create space for other people to
allow other people who also love Mzee to come and mourn with you. But that you have done that with a lot of strength. I just don't know honestly how you've been able to do it. And throughout this period, to have the strength to also consider what other things are happening in the country and in the party. I have listened to every word that you have said. And as I said at Mzee's burial, it will not be me to wreck Mzee's party. It will not be Sifuna. I made that promise to Mzee, and I want to repeat it here. The advice that you've given, Mama, I want to tell you, there is no one in ODM. It doesn't matter how many times, how badly you've insulted me. There is no one in ODM I will not sit down with. I want to give you that assurance. You have asked us to sit and talk. I am very prepared. It doesn't matter what has happened between us. As Mama has said, Mimi, I'm going to extend that olive branch because Mama now, wewe ndio huko, umetuambia. Water under the bridge. It doesn't matter what you have said to Sifuna or how badly you feel about me. I am prepared to sit down and iron out our issues. The only reason sometimes it spills out, Mom, because we are also human beings, you know. Sometimes mambo inachemkanga na ni mbaya zaidi, lakini umetuguide vizuri. Mimi ninakumbuka Baba used to consult everyone, as you have said.
So Edwin Sifuna says that he is willing to talk to each person in the party who has issues with him. I think, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a good time to have you around, to talk to you around, so that we have a common ground. Okay? This is just another tip. Raila used to confirm all the position of the party through Sifuna. Let's listen in to this again.
Yes, in a political party, there's always, as members of ODM, must remain steadfast. And we must work to unify ODM as a strong political party. Yes, in a political party, there's always differences of opinion on some issues. But the political party itself must have a firm stand on a particular issue. And that's why people can talk this way and this way. Ultimately, there's an official position that will be articulated by the party. And the spokesman of the party is usually the Secretary General, Mr. Sifuna. When Mr. Sifuna speaks, he's speaking on behalf of the party. But then, Mr. Sifuna, saa ingine hapana kuwa chungu sana. So, we have a firm stand, we have an arrangement with Kenya Kwanza, and we put it in black and white. And there is a 10-point agenda, which is in the memorandum that we signed.
So that is Raila Odinga confirming that Sifuna, the SG, is the spokesperson of the party ODM. So in a nutshell, Sifuna has again been vindicated. Sifuna has again been vindicated by Raila's wife, Aida Odinga. By Raila's wife, Aida Odinga. Okay? So in the meantime, we are going to see a party that is, very strong and steadfast. I've asked this question, that Farouk Kibet is missing in action in the political limelight. Where is Farouk Kibet? Farouk Kibet is missing in action in the political limelight. Where is Farouk Kibet? I think I saw Farouk Kibet last year when he was campaigning for a candidate in Malaba. Where is Farouk Kibet? That is a question that needs an answer. All right? In another story, let's focus on this. In another story, let's focus on this particular story. In another story, let us focus on this. In another story, let us focus on this. And this comes from Mutai Ngunyi. This comes from Mutai Ngunyi. So according to Mutai Ngunyi, Uhuru wanted Raila to lose in 2022. Uhuru wanted Raila to lose in 2022. Yes, Uhuru Kenyatta supported Raila Odinga in 2022. Uhuru Kenyatta supported Raila Odinga in 2022. And when Uhuru Kenyatta supported Raila Odinga, Uhuru had his Jubilee, and Raila had his ODM, Kalonzo had Wiper, Karua had NARC Kenya, and they came together to support Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't think that claim from Mutai Ngunyi is true. Uhuru supported Raila with all his heart and went ahead and stated that Raila is my president. That is 2020, after the defeat. Raila is my president. And so I think Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta loved Raila Odinga, supported Raila Odinga. It is alleged, ni msemo tu inasemwa, that Uhuru alitoa 500 million to support Raila Odinga's campaign. 500 million for agents were released by Uhuru Kenyatta. The way it is alleged. Yes, as I wind up, let me make quick shouts. Let me get quick shouts to my top fans. I have at GZA, thank you. Noni Lifestyle, thank you. Ian Katala, thank you so much. Those are my top fans today. I wish you well in all your endeavors. Anyway, let me look at what is trending in the diaspora. Let me look at what is trending in the diaspora. Let me look at what is trending in the diaspora. What is there in the diaspora? US Senator Bernie Sanders has delivered a powerful pointed rebuke of Washington's expanding military posture, warning that raw power must not become a substitute for principle in American foreign policy. And this is what Sanders posted on his Twitter, the vocal senator. Yes, we have the strongest military in the world. We can dominate other countries and steal their resources. But it is that the kind of imperialist country that the American people want us to be. I don't think so. Sanders has long positioned himself as a critic of what he describes as endless wars and interventionism driven by economic or geopolitical advantage rather than international law. His latest statement resonates with the progressive lawmakers and activists who fear that celebrating military supremacy risks normalizing coercive foreign policy and undermining the rules-based order. Ramaphosa on Venezuela shock. We are not worried about US invasion of South Africa. Failure to act decisively against such violation is tantamount to inviting anarchy and normalizing the use of force and military might as the main form of discourse in international politics. That is Ramaphosa. We are not worried about an invasion of South Africa. Not at all. I think we are far from anything like that. And in the end, the United States is an important country in the world. Ramaphosa said that way. We have always believed that any differences with whichever country, including the US, need to be discussed. We need to sit down and find solutions. We follow the Madiba doctrine that there is no problem without a solution, and that the best way of dealing with problems, whether in a country or in the world, is through doctrine that Nelson Mandela led to us to an end of the nightmare of apartheid. A doctrine of engagement, discussion, negotiations, according to Cyril Ramaphosa. That is the ANC president. So ANC president responds to Donald Trump, and he says that the doctrine of negotiation, discussion, and engagement, it is what should be applied in the case of Venezuela and the US. Engagement, discussion, dialogue, among other ways to quell war. Okay? That is in the field of diaspora. That is in the field of diaspora. Trump adds Uganda and Burundi to countries required to post visa bonds. There's also something that is trending right there, and I think this one is also international. Putin ally issues third world war. An ally of Putin has issued a third world war warning after NATO countries' declaration. So Viktor Majevchuk, a Ukrainian politician living in exile in Russia since 2022, warned of a third world war. So there could be a third world war anyway. There could be a third world war following the movements of Donald Trump, the movements of Putin, among other world leaders who are lethal in terms of war. But we pray that we don't have wars across the globe. Okay? I think that is it. I think that is it for now. Tomorrow is another day. Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore survives an assassination attempt. A plot to assassinate Burkina Faso's military leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, has been thwarted, the West African nation has announced. The sophisticated plan had been hatched by Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Damiba, the military officer hosted by Traore in September 2022, the security minister said in a late-night broadcast, "Our intelligence services intercepted this operation in the final hours. They had planned to assassinate the head of state and then strike other key institutions, including civilian personalities," said Mamadou Sana, further alleging that the plot had been funded by neighboring Ivory Coast. So Ibrahim Traore survives another assassination attempt. Okay? Mosquitoes. Oh, sorry. Let me get this one again. By the way, on Monday, I'll have a guest, an artist. I'll have a guest, an artist, and he will be talking to us. His career as a musician, a gospel musician, and where he has reached as a musician. And I think we'll have a one-on-one interview with the artist, and I hope it will be amazing to have the artist around. These are gospel artists who are probably upcoming gospel artists, and we shall talk and engage him, and he will tell us more about his music career and the journey that he has undertaken. I think based on that alone, we are on the right trajectory. The right trajectory of the whole issue. So this is Francis Atwoli. Francis Atwoli is saying, Francis Atwoli, Kotu boss, is saying this, that without Raila, there is no opposition. Let's listen into Francis Atwoli. Let's listen into Francis Atwoli.
I want to take a break, come back, talk about the united opposition. Are they united? Are they divided?
After Raila Amolo Odinga, let me tell you right away, there is no opposition in Kenya. There is no opposition in Kenya, Jeff.
Nothing.
There is no opposition.
No.
There is no opposition in.
This is Francis Atwoli.
Don't walk away.
Can I?
Don't walk away, SG.
You want to tell me there is some people on streets who can give?
SG, I want to take a break, come back, talk about the united opposition. Are they united? Are they divided?
After Raila Amolo Odinga, let me tell you right away, there is no opposition in Kenya. There is no opposition in Kenya, Jeff.
Nothing.
There is no opposition.
No.
There is no opposition in Kenya. I can walk away.
Don't walk away.
Can I?
Don't walk away, SG.
You want to tell me there is somebody in Kenya today who can take people on streets, who can give Kenyans a free holiday like Raila Amolo Odinga?
Look, Kalonzo Musyoka.
Kalonzo Musyoka is a good man, and it's me in Raila Amolo Odinga after the elections when we were there. It's me who told Raila, let now Kalonzo Musyoka be the leader of the opposition. This is a good man. He's a diplomat. He's a person who can be a priest. He can be a person who can pray for anybody. He's a peaceful man. He's a man that you can trust with whatever you have. But he's not best suited to say that he's a person who can be an leader of the opposition in this country.
Can he be president?
Of course, if Kenyans want, he can be a president.
Hold that thought. Because there are others in that united, divided opposition.
So according to Francis Atwoli, there is nobody who can be Raila Odinga. But I think Babu Owino can be a Raila Odinga. I think Babu Owino can be a Raila Odinga. Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, Caleb Amisi, James Orengo, Anyang' Nyong'o, Gladys Wanga, Junet Mohamed, if they form one team, they can pull a Raila Odinga. Last but not least, as I wind up, this is what I want to now leave you with. No promises, no gifts, and no one cares about Pastor Irungu's 80 hours of tree hugging to overcome Truphena Muthoni. No promises, no gifts, and no one cares about Pastor Irungu's 80 hours of tree hugging to overcome Truphena Muthoni.
The Lord did it, yes. The prophecy of the Ukraine war that I gave is in the truth. Just focus here. And this is all pointing to the glorious coming of the Messiah.
But would you say the people that thinks you're a con man, or just that these are just good guesses?
I would say the Lord bless you, my son. Did you introduce me to them before they came?
Not yet, my boss.
Oh, why would you do that to them? You do them a great disservice. If you had given them all that, they would not ask the question they asked. Did you just mention conman? Because,
True prophet. It's prophet.
No, but you sit with them.
Yes.
Sit with them and help them.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't bring me to this kind of interview, please. That's all you're
What? That's it. That's it. I think guys, we are closing this particular live with this message from Winnie Odinga. And you see, today is Raila's birthday. So we are, ending this live with this particular amazing video. Then we play the video of Raila Odinga. And then we play a sound, not video, but sound of, again, Raila Amolo Odinga. Let's listen in.
And they're listening to you right now. What do you
No,
tell
I'm a
them?
supporter, man. Yo, there's one night I was listening on Twitter to Twitter Spaces, and these guys cursed me out. So two guys who cursed me out. But yeah, understood. Yeah, it's annoying. Living in Kenya can be really annoying. It's frustrating. Nothing works.
Okay, let me now play the sound of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga. And then I just end this. And then I think will just be the end of this live. Raila Odinga birthday. Okay? Raila Odinga birthday. Raila Odinga's birthday today. Raila Odinga's birthday today. This is Raila Odinga.
Preserve the party in his honor as a matter of service to our country.
Ideas, sentiments coming in the midst of us.
Okay. Aha. Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga. Let me just get his name.
Mwanangu jali haina kinga, asaini hapo ni Mola Mwenyezi, ilinguruma likoni ikatiririka, walipasinja wote walifilia baharini, tuliona hayo kwa herini, tuliona hivyo kwa herini. No one can stop reggae. Mwanangu.
That is Raila Odinga, and today is Raila's birthday. Today is Raila's birthday. Let's play another sound of Raila Odinga.
Your Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto, Your Excellency, President Natasha Musa of Slovenia.
Another one of Raila.
If you die, there's nothing to fear. Why? Because you either go to heaven or to hell. If you go to heaven, there's nothing to worry about. You will be okay. Even if you go to hell, there's nothing to worry about. You'll find so many of your friends. So spend a long time just greeting them. How are you? Before the time for the fire comes. So therefore, don't fear. You have nothing to fear as Kenyans. We will succeed in the long run. If you die, there's nothing.
That was Raila Odinga. Guys, without much ado, I wish to end here. Thank you so much for those who have participated in this live, those who are watching all the way from America, those who are watching all the way from China, those who are watching from Denmark, those who are watching from here from Kenya, those who are watching from Tanzania, from Mozambique, from Nigeria, Kaduna, from Ethiopia, from Somalia, of course. This is your home. This is your channel. This channel is inside Kenya 254. I want to thank those who have subscribed, those who are subscribing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to thank those who have commented, those who are always tuning in anytime we go live. We are one family. I love you people. I encourage you and pray for you in your businesses, in your daily activities. I know we had doctors, lawyers, teachers, business people. It's amazing. It's amazing to have you on board. I think tomorrow is another moment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kenyans. Thank you, the world. Thank you, everyone who always tunes in to this channel. My name is Moses Utieno. My name is Moses Utieno, and I'm glad for the period that you've been watching this channel. This channel cannot be where it is without your support. I want to thank you for your continued support in making sure that this channel remains where it is. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, my name is Moses Utieno. Goodbye for now.